Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at Solana. We're going to see what's going on, help understand best practice and big picture. Quick congrats to our community members here for some awesome profits from Solana. 42% in 3 days and 22% from Matic in roughly 2 trading days there. So those are some of our recent trades, but keep in mind $1.74 billion coming into Bitcoin in 10 minutes or less, roughly an hour and a half ago. That will change some things, okay? So we're going to talk about that and a few other things. Once more, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. If you want to learn a lot more, cryptocash.tech is the site. Link down below for my trading academy, community, and signals group. So this is what I was talking about yesterday. No, sorry, it was Saturday when I last reviewed this coin. The amount of liquidation between 180 and 185. Heavy concentration. That all got swept very hard. Even these late shorts right here at about 193. So folks, anytime you see the price action retesting its more recent high, it's very, I think it's bad practice to just jump right into a short. While it's a flippable coin, it could just turn right around. It does happen a lot. You're better off getting that bullish back test after it breaks through that retest or breaks through that resistance level and retest that previous high as a new low versus jumping right into just any old short. Okay, so please be careful. You can see a lot of people got destroyed trying to short right there at 192 to 195. I hope you weren't one of those. If you aren't, congrats. If you are, better luck next time. So let's double check this here. We're going to draw this on the chart. This is an area that we want to pay attention to, just to make sure we understand generally where we're at on the cards here, right? Because we got this previous level here. We'll go ahead and pull this out. In fact, these more recent fib levels are still valid. Keep that in mind. Until we break either one of these ranges to the top or bottom, we can essentially still trust this. And what we can look at here is that we've broken through that 1.618 fib level at $192. Keep in mind, this is a golden pocket, oftentimes rejects out the first time, so we could very well see the price action performing a cup and handle pattern here, where it may break out officially as a third retest. That's a very common characteristic. If so, we're going to be looking for this descending trend. It's going to be like a descending channel that'll eventually break to the upside. That's the handle. Okay, so we're going to see here soon what's going to happen next. So do I want you to just to FOMO in right now? Probably not. You took our trade on, I think it was Thursday or Friday last week, then you're going to be in profit, let the rest ride. If you're considering a second trade, we may want to recommend waiting, or I would recommend waiting for a bounce or a pivot off this 0.5 level. It's very common for cup and handle patterns to bounce off the halfway mark. Okay, so that's a very strong consideration, still very premature. Now, no evidence to support that yet, but we are forming a cup pattern, right? So we'll see how that plays out. Looking at the moving averages here, we're above all 4. We can recognize that's been the scenario for a while. All the more reason why I feel comfortable taking long position with Solana versus taking shorts. I've had the same narrative for the last few months, ever since Solana took off and didn't look back in the $15 to $20 range. What I'm getting at here is that shorting a coin like this carries more risk than taking a long position with it. While there are some obvious benefits to shorting certain coins, I don't think this is a coin to really consider doing so. It's just a strong coin. Same thing with Matic, Chainlink, AVAX, ICP. Those are all coins that are going to bounce back very strong. They have a high market cap, and there's a reason for that. Either way you look at it here, we can see stochastic swinging up, first time here, which is very beneficial. We're coming up at 70 on the RSI within the next few days, so we'll pay attention to that. We could see a resistance coming up here soon. Money flow index is still very high, and if we see this is traditional MACD here. We are converging, but we haven't fully converged yet. We're moving towards that, okay? So that's a good sign. All in all, very nice to be able to see that happening here for this coin. Okay? So this is a fairly bullish daily time frame that has since shifted from its bearish sentiment a few days ago after retesting this bottom twice. Okay, so again, looking pretty solid here in the overall sense. We also have these interesting flag patterns. I'll describe that on the hourly here in a minute. But just to quickly note, we're maxed out on stochastic. It's starting to pull back a little bit. This could be the sign that the price is going to turn around. I never use stochastic by itself to take a trade. You shouldn't either. I mean, honestly, no indicators are that good. And the truth is, I know a lot of people are put a lot of weight into blood diamonds and all sorts of crazy stuff. I would just be careful doing that. That's gotten a lot of people destroyed. You want to look at the whole picture, just like the things we look at here today, and try not to put your blinders on. Right? It can be easy to do that. So while this is a potentially shift in momentum, it's really nothing to worry about at this point. R size testing 70, you never truly try to take trades going into that. You want to wait for confirmation above or below in most cases. Okay, so again, 4-hour time frame, truly bullish, definitely looking good. But we can kind of see here on TD sequential, we're getting into the overextended side, right? We're leading into a 9, coming into this resistance. Now, a lot of times this coin will turn itself around when it hits a 9 and go the opposite direction, okay? There has been a few occurrences where the price goes sideways and down, but for the most part, it will recover and go the opposite direction. So having known that, and just knowing that we are overextended leading into a recent resistance at 0.618 fib, roughly 192, that would lead me to believe that I'm going to wait a little bit longer for confirmation before taking a long position, and I'm not going to just jump right into a short because it's an opportunity. Okay, just because we're maxed out in certain ways does not mean it cannot continue to run. So please understand that. Bitcoin being right at that 70K mark, that's a pretty big deal. I think alts are going to continue to surge if we can maintain that range and stay where we're at. Anyways, conversation for another day. What I want to get at here and just summarize with is the fact that Ichimoku Cloud is going to be looking pretty bullish here, folks. There's no other way around it. Most coins are exuding this behavior. You got this middle finger here with volume, and that pushes everything up above this moving average, and that's a very, very strong sign. So the truth is here, we got tons of volume coming into this coin. Money flow is high. You don't really want to consider shorting into that because that's just what destroys a lot of people's accounts. Okay. Now again, I'm sure whoever you're following on Twitter, social media, etc., they're probably saying the opposite. They're probably saying to short because we're at resistance. Well, that may be true. But again, we have a lot of confirming factors telling us that that resistance means very little at this point, and that it's just probably going to break and continue further up. Okay. So please, please, please be careful. I know we're overextended, and that's one thing, but you're carrying much more risk trying to short at this point than you are to wait for a confirming long position, okay? Or just say we break into this channel here. This would be perfect. I'd love to get in right here at about 186 for a second Solana long. That would be awesome. That'd be optimal. But again, patience is key, but here's the thing you want to pay attention to. Look at all this volume. If that volume continues to maintain itself, there's no reason the coin's going to turn around, okay? All right, so hopefully that made sense. I described that correctly. Once again, congrats to our community members. If you are new to the channel, consider joining. CryptoCash.tech is a site link down below. We have a few slots left available, and just make sure if you have any questions, reach out directly. It's not a problem. Get to know our community in our Discord. We got an awesome group there. And also make sure you trade this on the best exchange possible. Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. Highly recommend them. No KYC or VPN required. Check them out in your own time. Look forward to working with you. Have a great rest of your day.